Welcome to your 2021 Open Enrollment. These are the items that we will review today. Your medical benefits changing from Aetna to Blue Cross Blue Shield, your dental vision plan staying the same, voluntary options. There are some changes to the life insurance, disability, and Unum. Open enrollment starts today and will end on December 11th. That means you have until December 11th to complete your enrollment form and return it to CBR. All employees who have met their eligibility criteria are eligible for benefits, aside from yourself, legal spouse, a domestic partner, and children up to the age of 26. The benefits that you will review and enroll in are effective January 1, and you are locked in for 12 months. You cannot make any changes unless you experience a qualified event. Some of those examples are here on the screen. Marriage, divorce, birth of a child. You have 31 days from the date of that event to contact your HR team and make changes to your plans. We will go over the medical plans that are being offered. These two plans are on the PPO National Network. They offer preventative care services covered at 100%, age-appropriate screenings and immunization. First plan is a $2,000 individual deductible, $4,000 family deductible. If you meet that deductible, you will pay 20% of all charges until you meet the out-of-pocket maximum. You do have copays available on this plan, so $30 for your regular doctor visit and $60 for your specialist. Urgent care is a $75 copay, and emergency room is $250. You also have pharmacy available at copays, and this is before your deductible. Generic drugs, $10 copay, preferred name brand, $35, non-preferred brand, $60 or $120, and then you have 4 additional tiers under specialty. If you are taking any specialty medication and would like to review the prescription list, please contact CBR. We will send it to you. The next plan is a PPO 2500, 2500 being the deductible for an individual, 5000 for the family. Again, if you meet that deductible, you will pay 20% of charges until you meet your out-of-pocket maximum. On both of these plans, what will trigger your deductible is going to be major medical services, hospitalization, surgeries, MRIs, CAT scans, durable medical equipment. That is what's going to trigger your deductible. On the PPO 2500, you also have preventative care covered at 100%. Your office visits are $35 or $60 for your specialist. Urgent care is $75. Emergency room $250, and the pharmacy is exactly the same as your previous plan. No changes to that. The next plan is a PPO 5000. This is a high deductible health plan, which means that you are responsible for all charges before Blue Cross Blue Shield will start to pay towards your services. So you're going to pay the contract and negotiated rate with those providers or the full retail cost of prescriptions. The only exception is going to be in the preventative care services, age-appropriate screenings and immunization, FDA-approved contraceptives, or preventative drugs. Those are all covered before your deductible and at no cost to you. Remember to share your Blue Cross Blue Shield ID card when seeking services under a high deductible health plan so you get credit for your deductible and your out-of-pocket maximum. This plan also allows you to open an HSA or health savings account and put your pre-tax dollars into that account that you may use to pay for qualified medical expenses for yourself, a spouse, and all dependents. So again, the PPO 5000 HDHP, you pay the full cost of all services before Blue Cross Blue Shield starts to pay. The next plan is the PPO 6350. This is an individual deductible, and then the family deductible is $12,700. Now, if you met that deductible, you've also met the out-of-pocket maximum, so at that point, you will be covered at 100% in network and in a calendar year. Reminder that what is going to trigger your deductible is the major medical services, hospitalization, surgeries, MRIs, CAT scans, durable medical equipment. That's going to trigger your deductible. Preventative care services on this plan, again, covered at 100%. That's your age-appropriate screenings and immunization. Your doctor visits, walk-in clinics going to be a $25 copay. Specialist is $50. Your urgent care is $75, and emergency room service is $250 per visit. Keep in mind with the plans, if you have to access the emergency room and you have a $250 copay and you have to spend the night or you're going to be admitted, they will probably waive the copay, but you will start to pay towards your deductible. Also, for prescriptions, these are available before your deductible. prescriptions before your deductible. Generic drugs up to a $10 copay. Your brand name preferred up to $35. Non-brand preferred between $60 and $120. And then you have 4 additional tiers under the specialty medication. Health savings account. So the health savings account is an account that you open to put your pre-tax dollars into that you can use to pay for medical services, dental or vision for yourself and dependents. It is tied to a high deductible health plan or a medical plan. So some qualifiers to open your HSA. Number 1, you must be enrolled in a high deductible health plan, which you have one being offered to you here. Number 2, you cannot be covered under any other plan that is not a high deductible health plan. If you're covered under TRICARE, Access, or Medicaid, or any of the state plans, or under a spouse's plan that has co-pays before your deductible, you are exempt from being able to open an HSA account. If you are enrolled in any part of Medicare, you cannot contribute any money to an HSA. And also you cannot be claimed as a dependent in another person's tax returns. So if you meet those qualifiers, you can open your HSA or continue to add to your HSA if you have one today. If you have one today and you're going to enroll in the PPO 5000 HDHP, you can continue to add money and you do not need to open a new account. So there are also maximums that the IRS sets year over year. So for the 2021 plan year, the maximum of your pre-tax dollars that you can put into an HSA account is $3,600 for an individual, and a family $7,200. And under IRS rules, a family is 1 plus, so 1 plus a child, 1 plus a spouse, or an entire family. Also, if you're 55 plus but not yet enrolled in any part of Medicare, you can add an additional $1,000 into that account. Remember, this is your money, stays with you, goes with you. If you leave the company, you keep the bank account and you keep the money. It does roll over year. There is no use it or lose it provision. As long as you remained enrolled in a high deductible health plan and you meet the criteria, you can continue to add money. If you do not enroll in a high deductible health plan and you have money in that account, you can use those dollars to pay for services for yourself, spouse, and dependents. Next is a flexible spending account. So similar to an HSA, it is a pre-tax deduction. And this card, you may elect up to $2,500, and it is available immediately as soon as you receive the card. And you can start to use those dollars for yourself and dependents. You can enroll in this FSA by itself and not enroll in any of the medical, dental, or vision, or none of the other services or benefits being offered. It is a standalone option. So again, your maximum contribution or election is $2,500, and then it's deducted from your paycheck per pay period throughout the rest of the calendar year. If you leave the company, the card is turned off and you no longer have access to it. You do have a maximum of $500 that you can roll over into the next plan year. Anything in excess of $500 on December 31st of that current year will be lost. You also have access to dependent care FSA. So these are pre-tax dollars that you set aside to pay for daycare or elderly care services. Blue Care Anywhere is going to be your new telemedicine provider. So if you enroll in any of the Blue Cross Blue Shield plans and your dependents, you all have access to this. And also, until the end of the pandemic, all of these services are going to be at zero copay, regardless of what plan you enroll in. So the medical plan, they can treat things like a rash, pink eye, ear infection, sore throat, colds, flus, UTIs, and much more. The doctors are board certified physicians, and they can typically send a prescription to the pharmacy that's closest to where you are within the United States. Counseling and psychiatry services are also available at no copay, and you keep the same counselor or psychiatrist till the duration of the treatment or until they're able to refer you out to an in-person provider. When you receive your Blue Cross Blue Shield ID card, you will also get a welcome kit, and it'll have additional information on how to access the Blue Care Anywhere services. Dental plans are with Delta Dental. No changes to the plans. The PPO base plan is $1,500 to use towards your dental services for yourself and any person enrolled in the plan. So each person gets $1,500. Also, there's an additional $1,000 to use towards child orthodontia, and that's a one-time lifetime benefit per child. Preventative care services, cleanings twice a year, are going to be covered at 100%. Your basic services are covered at 80%, which are going to include cavities and emergency services. Your major services, which are endodontics, periodontics, crowns, root canals, dentures, implants, are covered at 50%. If you use the basic or major services, you will be subject to a one-time deductible of $50 as an individual or $150 as a family. The next plan is a DHMO plan. So in this plan, you do have to pick a primary dentist. If you do not pick a primary dentist, Delta Care USA will assign one to you based on your home zip code. On this plan, you do not have an annual maximum, so it's limitless. You can use it the entire year. You have your cleanings twice a year, and additional cleanings are going to be $45. All other services are going to be at a fee schedule. So you find the diagnostic code of the service that you need to have, and the dollar amount associated with that is what you pay for the services. You can use your HSA dollars or your FSA dollars to pay for these services. It does provide child orthodontia, adult orthodontia, and all other services with the exception of implants. Your vision plan stayed the same, no changes to your vision plan. You have an exam available every 12 months, and it is a rolling 12 months, so you have to wait a year from your last exam. Frames, you have a $120 allowance to use towards those frames, and then a 20% discount. And the frames are available every 12 months as well. The lenses, and these are going to be plastic lenses, single vision, bifocal, or trifocal at a $10 copay. Contact lenses, you have an $80 allowance to use towards the contact lenses and then 15% off. As a reminder, you cannot get both the lenses and contact lenses in the same year. You will have to alternate. Medically necessary contact lenses are always going to be covered in full. As a reminder, when you're navigating on the website, the network that you need to access is called Insight. Life and AD&D. So if you are enrolled today under the Unum Life and AD&D, you do need to complete a new enrollment form. Please remember to add your personal information. If you're keeping your policy the same, please indicate keeping the same. If you have a policy for spouse or children, also indicate it by checking a box that says spouse, another one that says children, and just right next to it, keep the same. If you are enrolling for the first time, indicate the amount that you would like to purchase. So the life insurance under MetLife is available to everyone working 20 or more hours. You may buy up to 5 times your annual earnings up to $500,000. You may buy up to 5 times your annual earnings up to $200,000 guarantee issue, which means no questions asked. For your spouse, the guarantee issue is $25,000, and for children, $10,000. And there is no benefit reduction with the MetLife policy. Short-term and long-term disability are also going to be moving to MetLife. If you are enrolled today in the short-term or the long-term disability, please complete the form that's attached. You please indicate by checking the box and keep the same, or if you're enrolling for the first time, please indicate, check the boxes, and then we will be sure to enroll you in those products. The short-term disability starts to pay after the 14th day of illness or hospitalization. It covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings up to $1,000 a week. On the MetLife policy, the pre-disability earnings are determined by base, commission, and bonus. The maximum duration is 11 weeks, and we will go over the pre-existing at the end. The long-term disability starts to pay at the 90th day of the termination of the short-term disability. It covers 60% of your pre-disability earnings, again, base commission and bonus, up to $7,500 a month. And this policy lasts up to normal age 65 or normal Social Security retirement age. If you are enrolled today in the short-term or long-term disability, you have met the pre-existing condition limitation. If you are enrolling for the first time, it does apply to you. It is called a 312. What that means is if you saw a provider, took medication, or were diagnosed with a condition in which you went out on leave 3 months prior to the effective date, and you went out on leave in 2021 for that same diagnosis, it would be excluded from being paid. EAP, the Employee Assistance Program. So this is face-to-face consultations for many of life needs. It is 100% confidential. There is no reporting to your employer or anybody else as to who and why you are calling. Also, the website has additional services, concierge services, self-help videos and classes, and a great discount program for you. This is available to all employees whether they enroll in benefits or not. Your Aflac products are changing as you know them today. So there's a substantial savings to the products. They are moving to group plans. So the accident policy is now guarantee issue, as is the critical illness with cancer and the hospital plan. And you can purchase all three or one at a time, however you want to purchase those. They do also provide a wellness benefit. So if you go get your wellness exam, they pay you for the wellness exam. So there's that money coming back to you. If you have an accident and need to be hospitalized, there's an immediate benefit upon hospitalization, and then a benefit every day that you're in the hospital. And if you buy the accident plan and the hospital plan together and you have an accident, it will pay on top of each other. If you know you're planning a surgery or family planning, the hospital plan is a good benefit because it is available to yourself and spouse and children. The critical illness is for those critical events, and it's now going to include the cancer policy. So you can enroll yourself and spouse, and the children are automatically covered. Aflac does also provide short-term disability, and it is a customizable policy. You can have a zero elimination period, which means it can start to pay upon the first day of illness or hospitalization. If you want to learn more about the Aflac products, there's a couple of ways that you can do so. Number one, you can call Jose at the number listed here. Email him at the email here. There's also going to be a flyer that you're going to get that has this information, or you can call the enrollment line that's listed here and they will walk through the policies with you and help you enroll. United Pet Care offers pet health care. So United Pet Care partners with veterinarians throughout the United States to provide discounts to cover your dogs, cats, birds, reptiles. You do have to enroll online, and it is a really good place to start is the website, because you can enter your zip code there and it'll bring up the list of veterinarians within your area. You do have to enroll online, and you will have a flyer that shows you, it gives you information on the pricing and how to enroll. And it is payroll deducted. Legal Shield and ID Shield, this program you also have to enroll online, and the pricing is going to be in the flyer. So the legal plan is a suite of attorneys you have at your disposal for many things: contract review, emergency services, power of attorney, simple will prep. And ID Shield helps protect you against identity theft. So they monitor your credit, the World Wide Web, the dark web, to make sure your information is not out there and not being accessed by the wrong person. Next steps, we'd like everybody to complete their enrollment form by the due date. Please return it to us as soon as you can. So the due date for BL Curtis is going to be December 11th, not December 7th. So December 11th is your due date for all of your forms. Please contact your HR representative if you have questions on your current Unum policy. If you don't know what you're enrolled in, if you don't know how much you have for life insurance for yourself or dependents, please contact your HR representative here in our office, and it is going to be Priscilla Martinez. You can email her directly at pmartinez@cbri.com, or you can send your enrollment forms to hr@cbri.com and we will process them. Please make sure to submit everything by December 11th. That is your due date. Thank you so much for your time today.